Hi lovelies, welcome to my channel. I'm super excited. This is my first video and I'm gonna get right into it for what the title said, and it's how to survive college as a single mother. As you can see, I'm rocking my college gear from the U of M, University of Minnesota, where I graduated from. And I just want to really share my testimony that God laid on my heart, because I find it miraculous how I got through. And I'm praying that this video touches someone out there who wants to give up, especially during COVID, when you got your kids at home and you might be struggling and might be wanting to give up, throw in the towel with your education or whatever career goals or aspirations you have that the Lord placed on your heart. I just want to encourage you with this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I want to say a disclaimer quick. When I started college, I was super headstrong. I was like, baby, no boys, we gonna get straight A's, we gonna get our degree, and we gonna focus on that, and we'll date and think about men after. But that did not happen, and I had major insecurity issues, and I just really had given up on my faith at the time, but we can go into that in another video. But I did end up pregnant with a beautiful baby girl that God blessed me with, and her name is London, and she's 5 now. But I got pregnant with her in my junior year, and I was a social work major at first in Wisconsin. And when I had her, I was like, oh my goodness, I don't want to do this. Like, I wanted to go to New York right before I had her, and I wanted to major in fashion and buying and become a buyer. So I couldn't go to New York. I had to move back home to Minnesota to get help with my family and friends and people that lived in Minnesota, my mom. So I ended up moving back to Minnesota, got accepted into the University of Minnesota. And y'all, I had that semester when I got pregnant, I literally dropped all but one of my classes, and I only didn't drop all of them because I had a financial aid situation. So your girl wanted to quit. I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be in the city. It wasn't really the college I really wanted to go to anyway, so it was just not a good fit. I wanted to actually go to a HBCU, and then I wanted to go to New York. So fast forward, I dropped all those classes. I transferred to the U, and I had to take additional classes the next semester to even get into the U. And by the grace of God, I barely passed Algebra 2. That class was hard. But I ended up getting a tutor, and I got help, and I passed. All while pregnant with my daughter the second semester of my junior year. So I transferred to the U fall of 2015, and I started my degree in retail merchandising. And I really want to focus. I wrote down some tips because it's such a long story and I can go on and on, but I really wanted to touch on some key points that I think will bless someone out there who is a single mom and who's in college right now and wants to give up and has all this, doesn't know where to start, or you want to go to college, or you want to do something big and you don't know where to start because you just had your child and you might be feeling lost. So for me, surviving in college as a single mom is number one, you need help. I want to say that again. You need help. And I feel like in this society, I'm a grind, I'm a get it. I'm a single mom, but watch me level up. I feel like there's just this stigma that you can't ask for help and you can't be vulnerable. You just had a whole child and you're trying to get your degree, or you're trying to get into a career, a position, a promotion, or do something that the Lord has required of you. And it's hard. And there's that saying that says it takes a village to raise a child. That saying is beyond true. So number one is you need help. For me, I was blessed to be in a program called the Jeremiah program. They have it in Minnesota and they have it in a couple other states down south. I know they have one in Austin, and I think they have one on the East Coast. But it's basically a program for single moms where you stay in an apartment and you are with other single moms who are all in college. And you stay together. They have strict rules with no men who can spend a night, and it keeps you focused. They had career coaches, and they had a life coach, and they had networking events, and which is how I got into Target Corporate, side note. But I really suggest finding some sort of program to help you get through college. It's really hard when you have a child. You have to maneuver different than your peers. Another thing that I found helpful was friends and family. Friends and family are there to help you, to help guide you. And even if you're feeling ashamed that you did have a child and you're like in college, don't be ashamed, because at the end of the day, the child is a blessing. Maybe how they came about, if you don't have a healthy relationship with your child's father, or you're just regretful, maybe just know that that kid is a blessing, and that's still not going to hinder God's plan for your life. But seeking out your friends and family to help you is really what helped me get through. Another thing was my school. I don't know how all universities work, but we did have a parent group, and it was beyond helpful. Like, they helped me get Christmas gifts for my daughter. They helped me with resources for scholarships. So it was like a parent group literally through the university. So there were like head people that they hired to be over it. So they had like 3 workers, and the group was super helpful, and they helped you, like, if you wanted to come study, you could go like to the specific parent group to study. If you had to pump and you wanted to go pump, they had a fridge for you to pump. So, and it felt inclusive. Like, I met other single parents. I actually met a single dad there who was taking care of his son. So it was just super nice to have that support within my university of other parents. So then that way I didn't feel alone, because in college, you know, most people are partying, they're drinking, they're going out on weekends, and you're at home changing diapers, which is just like, you live 2 different lives than your regular college peers. I'm going to call them regular, that's a bad word, but then your college peers. So I would say really just finding that support group and getting that help that you need and that love you need and like-minded individuals around you is so critical. Number 2 on my list is self-care. I cannot tell you how important it is to take care of yourself, because you're not only having to take care of your newborn or however old your child is while you're going to college, but you can lose yourself. And I battled with postpartum depression when I found out I was pregnant, and because of like my whole situation of just drama with the guy I had a kid with, but also just like I was so low. I was at a really low point. I felt so embarrassed. I felt hurt. And I just was like, I don't know if I'm going to get through this season. And college was very difficult. As you know, lots of tests, lots of exams. Yeah, to get through, it was a lot. And one of my advisors actually told me, like, she didn't think I was going to graduate when I thought I wanted to graduate. But I did. I graduated when I said I was. I was not planned. But I really just want to touch on that self-care piece. And self-care for me was finding my relationship with God again and centering myself around godly individuals, getting back in church. That was really what helped me get through. Also, what helped me get through is, again, the like-minded individuals around me. Like, I was super blessed with a life skills coach, and I got into some therapy, because when you're battling postpartum depression and you have to take care of your child, again, the help is needed, and don't feel ashamed to go to therapy. You can have Jesus. Dr. Anita says it like this: prayer is a weapon, but therapy is a strategy. So you want to have a strategy to take care of yourself through this process in college and getting through. You want a strategy. That might be therapy. That might be, boxing. That might be getting out and writing and journaling. That might be creating art for you. Whatever that outlet is to take care of yourself, it might be just doing nothing. You need to have that strategy for yourself as you're getting through these college years. Number 3 on my list was organization. It is so critical to be organized as a college student in general. But when you have a child, you want to be even more organized, because most likely you're going to try to fit a class schedule where you have maybe at 8 a.m. You have morning classes, and the latest class you want to do is like 2 o'clock probably, because your child is in daycare from 8 to about 7 to 5 or 6. So you have this like 10 period, max of time that you need to get in your classes, and you also need to get in studying. So I suggest like really having a strong like planner and organization method for your weekdays at school, so that you're prepared with your child. Like, they're in daycare at this time and they're good. while they're not in daycare, if you're breastfeeding, like, have a pumping schedule. Map out, okay, I'm gonna do 2 classes on this day, and then I'm gonna block out 3 hours to study. And for me, after studying, I would spend time with my child. I would pick her up from daycare, and I was super blessed again with Jeremiah program because she was downstairs in my apartment. She was down, her daycare was downstairs. But if not, like, truly map out your timing of when you're gonna pick your child up, spend that time with them, and then lay them down to sleep. And then best believe I was up to like 1, 2, 3 in the morning faithfully getting my papers in, getting my assignments in. And it was a grind. But that leads me to the late nights, they're a grind. But that leads me to number 5. My point is, know your end goal. Your end goal is so critical, because the thing about college versus corporate career or having a career is, like, there's an insight to it. Like, college is not a long, depending on what you're going for, but even doctors have to end at some point after 12 years. But know your end goal. Know that, like, after these 8 weeks, after the semester is done, I'm going to get my degree. So, y'all, I told you I was not planning. I was going to get done. Despite what my advisor said, despite what anyone said, with my child, I was going to get done. My last 2 semesters, I took 17 credits the first semester, and I took 21 credits. 21 credits my last semester of college, and I ended up getting a 3.6 GPA. So it can be done. I'm telling you now, God got you. This is a tough road, but know your end goal. Know that after this semester, after these 2 years, after this year, there's a bigger goal in sight. You're gonna make it through. And I would like envision me walking across the stage with my diploma, twisting my the satchel to the side, and knowing that I was gonna get my degree. Knowing that my daughter was going to see me walk across that stage. She was 2 when I graduated. So knowing that, actually she was just turning 2 2 months later. Knowing that I would be making this video one day. Knowing that I didn't give up, because so many people give up on their education. Education is something that no one can take from you. No one. And I'm not saying education is everything, because there's plenty of successful people without it. But what it really taught me was perseverance. It's not even about the piece of paper necessarily, because it's about perseverance. It's about the experience I had in learning, and the networking and the people I met to where I am at today. So I just really want to encourage you guys. I wanted to keep this video short because there's so many other videos I'll be creating about being a single mom and just life in general, but I wanted to just really touch on some key points and encourage someone out there, like, you can make it. During COVID, during whatever trials and tribulations are coming your way, you can make it. And for me, I want to encourage people to seek the Lord, seek Jesus, because he has a plan for your life. And if you're watching this, it's not by accident. So I just pray over my viewers that you guys really just focus on whatever the Lord puts on your heart to do, and just step out on faith. Take it day by day. Love on yourself. Love on the people around you as they pour into you. And remember that end goal at sight. That degree will take you places. That degree will show your child that you're not a quitter. That degree will show that you have integrity. That degree will show that you're going places. That degree will show that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. So that's all I have for today, guys. I wanted to keep this video under 15, and I think I'm right at it. So thank you guys. Stay tuned for more videos, and have a blessed day.